Now to the chaos at the airports, and between flights canceled and delayed by the storms of the last few days, a lot of people are still trying to get to their destination. But planes that are flying, they're filled to capacity. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger, he's live at LaGuardia. He continues our coverage. Josh.
And even the planes that are flying, Liz, are actually having trouble just getting off the ground. They're spending 2-3 hours on the ground and sometimes just turning around and heading back to the gate. This really is as bad as I've seen the situation here at LaGuardia in a very, very long time. At the outset of the summer travel season, there was a lot of talk about how the aviation system was stretched to the breaking point. Well, it seems this week it broke. Inside LaGuardia's gleaming new Terminal B, it isn't chaos so much as resignation. Exhausted passengers just trying to go home.
This is the longest layover I've ever had.
Laura Taylor and her family are trying to get back to Florida after a Martha's Vineyard vacation. Their connection was canceled on Sunday. 2 days later, they're waiting to see if they'll make it home tonight.
There has to be a better way, and we're trying to figure out what is truly the issue. Is it weather, or is it just a lack of the staff and the air traffic controllers? And we're reading about how thousands of flights are being canceled because of one or the other.
Experts say it's actually both, contributing to a perfect storm of chaos. Days of severe weather have led to cancellations and diversions at major airports across the country.
And as a result, you have airplanes and crews all over the place and not at the airports they're supposed to be. So imagine this. You have all these Humpty Dumptys representing different airlines. They've all fallen off the wall, and now the airlines are scrambling to put their operations back together again.
Just today, thousands of flights were canceled across the country. The worst 3 airports, LaGuardia, Kennedy, and Newark, where United is the biggest airline.
I will never fly with United again.
And whose passengers are bearing the brunt. Early today, United's CEO blamed the FAA, telling employees the agency frankly failed us with controller shortages and the decision to limit flights in and out of airports during the storms. That led to planes sitting on the tarmac for hours waiting for clearance, and in many cases just giving up and returning to the gate.
It's not okay, because people have planned these vacations for like a long time. Sorry. It's been a long couple of days.
Yeah, it's really difficult for a lot of passengers. Now, what you're looking at there is just this mess of fully loaded planes that are just sitting, waiting for routing instructions from the FAA. That Delta plane you see there, that's their 4 o'clock flight to Miami. It left the gate at 4:13. It's now a little bit after 6. So all this time, that plane has just been sitting here waiting on the tarmac. And that is one of more than 24 planes like it that are waiting for routing instructions on routes, invisible highways in the sky that in many cases are blocked by storms miles and miles away from here, which adds to the frustration because, as you see, it's brilliantly sunny, not a drop of rain here at LaGuardia. A very, very frustrating situation for thousands of passengers still tonight.